next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra here with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. We are taking center stage on the Own It Publishing platform today. And today I have a returning contributing writer. He is coming in to chat with us a little bit about some financial fitness out there. And that's something that we really, really need to talk about. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring him on in. Good morning, Jeffrey. What's going on, man? How are you?
Well, good. No, for me, it's good afternoon to you. Good morning to me, because we're on opposite sides of the state. But I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Tiffany?
I am fantastic. Happy Labor Day. I know we've got some people that are off today and
Yes.
celebrating. So we definitely want to say happy Labor Day to everybody out there. We're working, but you know what? When we work, we have a lot of fun doing it. So might as well take some time to connect with you all and share some awesome expertise today. So
Absolutely. Always good to share value.
it really is. It really is. So, all right, let's just jump on into it. So, people's finances have really emerged as the forefront of this global stressor, man. I mean, people are stressed out because the economy is scary right now. So, share a little bit
Yes.
about that.
Sure. It's been an interesting ride, to say the least. But you're absolutely correct that the world's financial institutions are really they're experiencing significant disruption due to the wave of forthcoming changes. But with that also, there's a lot of people out there that just kind of go with the flow, if you will, regarding finances and take it for what it's worth. And I'll give some examples, later on. But don't really understand and don't take the onus to get out there and really educate themselves about this. And I'm the first to raise my hand to say, I went with the flow.
Yeah.
And then the last couple of years, I wasn't happy with the flow. And I'm like, there's got to be another way. But what I've learned is that, the customer, they are actually looking for other solutions. And that's kind of where I was at. And yes, stress is our finances is the number one stressor today because as you see, the world is changing, things are evolving. We're in a crisis situation. People are having to work 2, 3, 4 jobs just to make ends meet. Most people are working paycheck to paycheck. And they don't even have $1,000 in their bank account for an emergency. Wow. So, and with that, the traditional banks, they're facing increasing competitiveness because people are learning about diversification, which means that there are decentralized versus centralized institutions. And right now, most people are in the centralized institutions, which means that they are in control. And when it comes to decentralized, you actually have more say and more control over your own finances. And this is where the technology of blockchain has come in. Blockchain was created in 2008, and I back then said, oh, this is, it's being a software engineer, blockchain is all computerized, it's ledgered. And I didn't believe in it. I just thought, oh, it's another one of those fancy pyramid schemes or Ponzi, whatever. And here we are 13, 14 years later, and blockchain is the foundation for where all industries are moving towards. It does have some amazing, amazing qualifications and qualities, because specifically you can't cheat the system with this blockchain. So there's no room for changing the ledgers, which has been, a tradition for money laundering, so
Right.
forth and so on. But these are new paradigm shifts that are coming. And a couple of years ago, when I started to hear about cryptocurrency, because it started to become bigger and bigger outside of
Yeah.
blockchain, that's when I said, I think I need to take a look at this and start educating myself, because if I don't, there will come a time when everything will switch over and I'll be totally lost. So that's kind of what I did. And now it's about getting out there and really sharing that, because finances for me was a roller coaster, as it is for
Yeah.
most people.
Yeah, it is.
We take our for those who are still working. I worked for 27, 28 years in the software industry, and I put in as much as I could into my 401k, realizing over the last couple of years that 401k is turning into a 101k, and some
Yeah.
of them turned into a 0k, because I had multiple accounts. So that was not a pretty thing. And we see people struggling today who have been retired for a number of years and now have to go back to work, because
Right.
the economy has changed. It's getting worse. Things are more and more expensive, food and gas and,
Rent.
clothing and, rent. Yeah, exactly. And so that is where this situation is. And, this is a dynamic environment,
Yeah.
and it's changing pretty rapidly. And people need to wake up, if you will, with all due respect. And I don't mean any disrespect with that whatsoever. It's time that we have to take control, because we are the CEO of our lives. And
Right.
we
Absolutely.
we can't rely. We can get support and guidance and be educated from other people that are out there, but ultimately we have to be in final control and really understanding where we're taking our lives and the security that we're trying to build, because it can be ripped away from you like that.
Like that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And see, I know, even for myself, I've shared with you, I've had some bad things happen, dealing with, the cryptocurrency world. And, you do have to just do your research and really, if you're going to be working with, individuals, it should be a trusted individual, as well. Someone that you really, really have known for a while, and that can show you that it is
Yeah.
working,
Yeah.
for them. Now, I
Right.
know in the last year, you've done a lot of just switching things around, and just a lot of different, strategies. So can you share with our audience a little bit about some of the financial strategies that you've put into place in the last year that have been very successful for you?
Sure. So, I actually became one of those people that got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Mhm.
And, my journey really started as a holistic coach back in 2018, 2019 with my own health, as many people know. And, reversing my diabetes, losing 60 pounds, coming off of 5 medications, that whole thing. But there was still that financial aspect of it. And what I've come to realize is that, I've been promoting as my DBA is abundance and optimum wellness. And I believe we all should be living in abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. But I never
Mhm.
talked about finances. Why? Because I
Mm.
was afraid to. I
Yeah.
wasn't informed. And so I decided, when things started to change 2 years ago and I started to educate myself about this, this year I said to myself, it's time to step out of my comfort zone. I need to be able to be comfortable talking about this. And that's what I've done.
Mhm.
I've actually done a lot of research, a lot of education, and switching around with what we were doing before, and making some massive changes. So what we did is we actually took, and I'll be honest, even though I was still, I'm a coach, I'm working on holistic wellness, and it's all about holistic, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, but there's also a holistic financial aspect to it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've brought over. So looking at decentralizing, I said earlier, centralized versus decentralized. So we took monies out of a centralized situation and moved it over to a decentralized situation. So let me give you a very small example about that. So, if you take a, $50,000 lump of sum and you put it into the bank, all right, and you want to, grow some money from that. Typically, banks and savings accounts are paying competitively rates around 4.85. But is that what you're really getting from your bank? Each bank is different. So I'm going to, for this example, use 4.85%. So you take that 4.85%, and at the end of the year, that 50K has generated $2,425. Okay, so well, that's, what is it going to buy you? A couple of extra rolls of toilet paper a year? I don't know. So, and while that money's sitting in the bank, what is the bank doing? They're taking that $50,000 and loaning it to other people, and they're making more money on that while you're making lesser. So you take that, $2,425 in that first year, and over 3 years, that turns into $7,275. So you take $50,000 if you leave it in the bank, and the returns were $7,275. So that creates $57,275 in a typical savings. Okay. So when I looked into this decentralized international real estate fractional ownership program, I didn't understand it in the beginning last year, but I said, you know what, it makes sense. So let me take a look at this. So took $50,000 and put that into this decentralized real estate fractional ownership account, and in 3 years, what'll happen to that is not getting, that 4.85%. It's 100%. So you take that 50,000, and in 3 years, it'll generate $16,666 per year, which is 50K in 3 years. So that initial 50K turns into, will generate another 50,000 at 100%, which creates $100,000. So looking at that, I'm like, you know what, this is worth investigating. And
absolutely.
Instead of getting 57, you're getting 100. So that's what we did, and I'm just happy that to say that it's been a year, and these monies are growing, and I've been able to, we've been able to generate well over $2,000 extra of residual income per month. And that's minimum. So you know what? Numbers are numbers. We took $200,000, and by the end of the year, the third year, we will have created $500,000. You can't do that in the stock market.
Not at all.
Do that in the stock market. And the other thing is that last year we looked at our retirement, and we'd already lost $75,000 in the stock market. So we've over tripled what we lost last year. In stock market. So, and that's the beauty of this, is people are looking at other options outside of their traditional centralized financial systems. And I'm not taking away from the financial systems. There are pros and there are cons. But people, you realize that it takes much longer to generate an extra $100,000. That would be, I was actually talking to my financial coach this morning, and in 9 months, I created we created $18,000 in one account. We've got 5 accounts, $18,000 in 9 months. And he said, traditionally, if that was in a bank, it would take you 8 years to do that. You know,
Wow.
so it's there, and real estate is really just like Robert Kiyosaki said. Real estate is here to stay. It will be
Yeah.
here forever. And
Right.
even though if we have a market crash like we did in 2008, which is when I lost actually the rest of my initial retirement back then, um, and it's come back. It's come back two, threefold, and there are
Wow. That's
developing countries
fantastic.
right now that are having a massive, massive success in the real estate industry, and they're developing resorts and hotels and five-star establishments. And this is what this real estate is. It's high-end commercial real estate that we're investing, and we're putting some we're diversifying those income streams and having multiple in streams coming in. So that's
Wow.
what we did, and
That's amazing.
it's just it's been an incredible ride. So
Wow, that is absolutely fantastic return there. Now, we are going to cut to a quick commercial break,
sure,
and then I want to chat with you a little bit about this trip that you just returned from. So,
yes.
we will be right back. I love it. I love it. Always makes you want to dance. Love that Mubo entertainment commercial.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. We have a wonderful Jeffrey E. Berger here talking about financial fitness and just some exciting stuff that's going on and how you're able to put your money elsewhere to grow. Instead of being in that traditional, type situation with 401ks and things like that. I'm not putting that down, but
Right,
when you're looking at
right.
today's world, there's better options out there. So I'm so excited to just hear more. So you just recently returned from a trip to Dubai. So let's
Yes, I
talk
did.
about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to share one more thing that I forgot to mention. I learned this from a coach, and the coach said, and I'm sure many people have heard, you are what you are when you hang around with the people that you hang around with. And but he also said, look at the people that you are getting advice from and getting information, and are they living the lifestyle that you want to obtain? When I say
Mhm.
lifestyle, I'm not
Yes.
talking about the cars and the houses and that kind of stuff. I'm talking about financial freedom, where time and
Mhm.
money are of no issue for you. And
Yeah.
I think back to that, and I trusted my financial planner. Great person, amazing individual, very knowledgeable in many respects, but unknowledgeable in other respects.
Hmm.
Um, and he was very, very conservative, and that's okay because that's his style. But when you're looking at obtaining something, you've got to be able to be around those people who have already obtained it, that kind of a
Yeah.
level. And that's what I've done is I've reached out to, and I've got a financial coach who's already a multi millionaire,
Awesome.
who is in the has done most of his success in the real estate industry. So just planting
Mhm.
that seed out there,
Hmm.
um, and
Good.
taking that for what it's worth. And it's also, well, yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that. So Dubai. So it was an amazing, amazing trip. today was the first day that I actually didn't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I think my
Oh,
clock,
wow.
Eastern Coast time, has been reset, but it was really, really difficult coming back um, and adjusting because I had been up almost 42 hours. I couldn't sleep
Oh,
on the plane.
wow.
There were babies crying, and all that kind of stuff, and it's just disruptive. But yeah, I went out to Dubai for a summit, and this was a summit with the VR1, which is
Mhm,
the international real estate fractional ownership company that I've aligned myself with and partnered with. Um, as one project that I'm involved with, because I'm involved with a couple of other projects. But
mhm,
I went on that trip to really be in the environment and be around the executive committee, the board of directors, and the other affiliates who are, really getting out there and sharing this idea and information with the world,
mhm,
because there are people in Africa, in Malaysia, and Germany, and France, and the UK, who were in attendance there, and that their people are having the same problems that we do here in the U.S. But it was a really humbling experience, and the vision. It solidified the vision and some of my uncertainties, because I still had some uncertainties
yeah,
regarding the company, their direction, and this really put it hardened the cement, if you will, in the foundation, and came back really fired up in regards to uh, the opportunity and where this company is going, and met some amazing people. But at the end of the event, Wakas Suhail, who is the CEO of the company, who I actually interviewed on my TV series, Holistic, which was Holistic Mental Fitness. It's now
mhm,
season 5, Holistic Financial Fitness. We talked for about 40 minutes and asked me questions about the event and what my thoughts were and what value did I get out of it. And at the very end, he said, "Well, I've got a proposition for you." I said, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Uh-oh, should I run now or what?" So he said, "No, seriously, we are actually opening up in the United States. I wanted to know if you were interested in helping spearhead the launch of the United States market." And
that's
I
awesome.
I humbly accepted. I said, "Absolutely," because just like Mupo Entertainment, I'm going to put a plug in for Mupo
There you
Entertainment.
go.
Michelle Mupo is giving a tremendous um, opportunity, if you will, to people like
Mhm,
us
yeah,
who
absolutely.
who don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest in traditional TV series shows and syndications, so forth and so on. So she wants to be able to provide a platform that is affordable to individuals to do their own TV series, to
Yeah,
get advertising in magazines, to do acting classes, recording classes, so forth and so on.
yeah,
Same as VR to One. This is a program that allows those who don't have hundreds of millions of dollars to invest in um, a commercial real estate, if you will.
mhm,
And I'm talking, as I said earlier, I'm talking about massive commercial real estate, hotel chains and resorts, um, condominium complexes, apartment complex, so forth and so on. So this people can come in, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, $50,000, and start out small and start to get acclimated and learning about fractional ownership, because we're all getting a piece of the action from these
mhm,
big commercial places. And that's what I really love about it.
yeah,
And I think that is most doable for many people out there.
no,
Um,
absolutely,
you can get
absolutely.
them started. Plus, it gets them starting to get educated in the blockchain
Mhm,
and the blockchain industry, because this is where finances are going, real estate is going, insurance is going,
yeah,
medicine is going. and eventually the government will be all wrapped up in blockchain, so we can eliminate those criminals who are stealing and doing, LLCs and different here, different there. It's all ledgered there. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Dubai was great, and I was humbled to have this trip actually as a gift from the company, as part of my journey.
That is so awesome. Oh, I just love that. And I love how you really bring everything together. Again, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the financial, the emotional, all of that, because it does all run hand in hand. If
Right.
your finances are jacked up and you're stressed out over it, you're half the time you're sick over it, because you're stressed. And if you don't have the
Exactly.
finances, you also can't put the foods and the things that you need, the supplements and things that you need into your body
Absolutely
in
correct.
order to
And
be healthy. So it really does all run hand in hand.
yeah,
So I love what
absolutely.
you're doing.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing too here is that many, just as you're a coach, I'm a coach. We're aligned with some really great product lines that are having impacts on individuals. However, the bottom line is it is a lot of work to maintain a customer base or a business partner base in
Mhm.
a direct sales industry,
Yeah.
where you rely on those monthly orders, the subscribe and saves, the auto ships, so forth and so on.
Mhm.
And one of the aspects I love about this is there is no auto ship, there is no monthly, payments, so forth and so on. I mean, if you want to invest every month into a package, go for it, because there's a lot of returns on that. But the
Mhm.
idea here is that people again, as we said earlier, things are changing.
Yeah.
Prices are getting higher, so I
Mhm.
understand the aspect of doing that. And finances, for me was a struggle, even though I was doing good, but I want to
Mhm.
do better than good,
Right.
and to be able to have options. And it's all about options. What are your options
Mhm.
with what you have today? Would you like some more options?
Yeah.
And if I can teach people how to generate an extra $2,000 a month with no sales, why not?
Right. That's a win-win,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead. We're going to cut to another quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the workshop that you have coming up here real soon.
Awesome.
And we are back. Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine taking center stage on the Own It publishing platform with Jeffrey Berger. So, Jeffrey, talk about all this financial stuff, all these nuggets and things. I tell you, we're already. I'm there. I already told you. I've got that nest egg there. I am ready to invest, and we will definitely be talking after this.
Sure.
And let's share a little bit about the free workshop that you have coming up September 12th, right?
Right, September 12th. And so if you want to share that screen, that'd be awesome. So September,
Let me
when
take a
I was
look.
in Dubai, and when before I was even asked to kind of spearhead the U.S. market, I approached Wakas, the CEO, and then the Mr. Hussein Alawati, that I was going to go back, and I was actually going to be doing a workshop because I wanted to jump in and just really present this idea, the opportunity, the possibility. And So what's going to happen is on September 12th, this is going to be a free workshop. It's going to be a presentation about who, what, and why VR to One and what this company has to offer. And Hussein Al-Lawati, who is the Director of International Business Operations, will be joining me from I'm pretty sure he's in Istanbul, Turkey. But he's going to be joining me at 4 o'clock in the morning, his time, 8 p.m. our time here on the East Coast. And this workshop is just basically, for those that are watching this, you can scan that QR code. That code will take you to a registration page, because what I've done is I've scheduled out for the rest of 2023 2 workshops per month. And if the 12th doesn't work for you, you can select another day. But the 12th right now, I do have the commitment from Hussein, who will be coming in and leading the Q&A section. And this will be the first of many that will happen. But so I invite those of you who are free, who are open to and are interested in getting some information about what we got going on, to join us. And it's a free workshop, and I'll be doing 2 per month.
Nice. Well, I'm definitely going to try to jump on that as well, so I can get all the details and everything, because this sounds really just amazing. I mean, just again, listening to the numbers, the return, and just being able to go on a trip to Dubai as well.
Exactly.
that is such a blessing. It's just, man.
Exactly. And I'm hoping to have a couple of colleagues join me on the 12th, and they will be able to share some of their testimonials, if you will. I'm hoping to get Mushkan from the LA area, who is going to hopefully hop on. I met her in Dubai, so she might be able to come on, and a couple of others. It's not confirmed yet, but working on it.
Awesome. Very good. Well, Jeffrey, look, every time we get in here, I tell you the knowledge, the wisdom, everything, the time goes by so fast. I would love to keep you on all day long and just learn so much more. But do you have some words of wisdom, words of encouragement for our audience today, so they can just push through the rest of this week and finish their year as well? We're coming to a close here very quickly to this year.
Yes, we are. I think I'm going to go back to what I've kind of spoke about before, is leaving your options open to getting information. I think too many people are in a place where they're not open to getting out of their comfort zone. And what I've learned over the last 5 to 6 years is, once you get out of your comfort zone, the possibilities are unlimited. And yes, there are tons of scams out there. There are people out there who are crooked, who are, all that kind of stuff. However, what I've learned is that as I go out and do my own due diligence, you get informed and you can make better choices. Have I made bad choices? Yes, absolutely. And have I been scammed? Absolutely. And I've been scammed for some big money. But I've learned from that on how to ask the right questions. And that's the only way that you're going to learn if you want to get out of where you're at. If you're struggling, you want to move forward, then there are people out there like Tiffany, like myself, like Wakas, like Tahir, who is my financial coach, who are there to provide information and guide you and just share what they've gone through and what they're learning, what they're doing, so you can then make an educated decision yourself. Well, this looks kind of cool. I think I need more information. Or would need more information? Great. Or well, no, I don't think I'm interested. Great. So it's either way. You're not going to know until you get more information.
That's right.
So
Well,
keep your options open.
Leave your options open, people. Most definitely. Great advice. Well, Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining me once again today on Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. we just love you. Love having you.
Thank you.
Love seeing your articles. And everyone, definitely, if you have not subscribed to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, subscribe so you can also see some of the amazing articles that Jeffrey's put out there. When you subscribe, you get all the old ones too, so you'll be able to see all of them, so you won't miss anything. So have an amazing, amazing day. Have an awesome holiday. Hope everyone is out there relaxing. Remember that self-care is number one. Love you so much, and we will definitely see you all next time. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Take it to the next level.